Hey guys, what's up? It's Josh tonight. I've got a very special co-host who's really part of our staff, honorary staff. The second most handsome man in all of Hollywood behind Mr. Burt Reynolds. I've got myself and I've got Jesse Coleman. How you doing, Jesse?
Good, buddy. What's up?
I'm excited to have you. I'm digging that shirt, very Magnum PI. I love the look, man. So
I had to follow your lead. So
I love it. This was a shirt I'm allowed to wear in public. So it's man, I'm got a few days off, man. You guys got tournament stuff coming this weekend, or what's your
we
weekend
are
looking
actually
like?
off this weekend. We are done locally with Morley's team until 2 weeks. We're going to Branson for nationals. So
Okay, so prepping up for that. So I'll give a
whole lot of
special
practice time.
man. I will tell you, special shout out. I know there's a very special lady in your life with a birthday coming up soon. So happy birthday in advance when she sees this. We won't spill the beans, but happy birthday in advance. So we all know that she's very near and dear to the staff, Mrs. Coleman. So on behalf of Dane and Josh, thanks for filling in, Jesse. You've always been kind of part of the staff and really are one of my heroes, right up there with Hulk Hogan. So I appreciate it. So
And glad to help anytime.
so Jesse, we've got a special one tonight. It's funny because usually we don't have the title until we get rolling and we just kind of fill it out. But we knew from day one, there's a local softball celebrity around town known as the Girl Boss. That's Mrs. Cambrie Beckner herself, local legend, played for a long time. Player turned umpire, female umpire, which is things that we need more awareness around, just ladies in authority and all that. So, Jesse, it's my honor and my privilege to bring on the one and only Cambrie Beckner. Cambrie, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
We are
Doing
excellent.
well.
Yes, thanks for having us, Cambrie. Jesse and I are excited to get to host you. It's been a long time coming in the works and whatnot. And your field presence and your command and your take no guff, but also teach at the same time presence of what you have is just inspiring. So Jesse and I have got some questions we feel like we want to run past you that the audience has cultivated. We'll go through that, and then we'll have a little fun segment where we kind of hit you with some rapid fire silly stuff, and then we'll give you some time at the end to kind of preach your message to the audience. Okay. So
All right, sounds good.
awesome. So Jesse, I'll take the first one, then I'll hand it to you. So Cameron, when you're looking at your body of work, being a softball player, starting way back early in the day, walk Jesse and I through it. When did you first pick up a bat and start playing in your life?
Um, well, I kind of grew up around the baseball fields. My older brother always played baseball, and from little, I was always at the fields. Growing up, I was at the fields. He would always play catch with me. I was doing t-ball with him, and he was helping me bat. And I guess after my first swing of in t-ball, that's when I really knew like this is my game. This is my calling. This is my game. You know.
So what, 3 or 4, would you say, is when you started getting going?
Yeah, 3 or 4. Yeah.
Awesome. Did you also, alongside of softball, I know that's kind of, that seems like the age, and Jesse and I can attest, I still can't hit a bat. So anyway, when you're looking at that age of 3 or 4, did you play other sports early on as well besides softball coming up, or?
Oh, I was definitely a multi-sport athlete. My mom had me in basketball, soccer, volleyball, all the other things, but those weren't really my sport. And I could tell just from one practice, I was like, yeah, this is it. This isn't my sport.
Okay. So the baseball, just the diamond itself just kind of stood out to you, right? So
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was
I
a
love it.
big calling.
I love it. Jesse, I'll hand that one to you, man, because that kind of leads into your part, Jesse, if you will.
Yeah. So Cambry, why when you were picking up sports? I mean, what was it that drew you specifically to softball, and then what drew you into umpiring once you got done with
Mm.
your playing career?
Um, I guess like seeing my brother play that sport, and he was just naturally good at it too. And I don't really know what it was about it, but like that from that first swing and from my first out and all that good stuff, like I knew just immediately. Like I grew up on the ball fields. My sisters are growing up on the ball fields. It was just like our calling. Like our whole family has done
Mm.
softball and baseball.
Family thing, family tradition, right?
It is, yeah. But what's weird is my mom never played softball. She was a volleyball girl, and then my
Okay.
brother started baseball, so we all kind of followed.
Jesse, didn't you tell me one time we were talking about volleyball and softball? They kind of have that same dynamic, Jesse. Don't you agree? It's kind of that same skill set, athleticism, very explosive. I remember, Jesse, you were talking about that one time, if I recall. It's very, very close in skill set, right?
Oh, I'd 100% agree. There's a whole lot of lower body strength that goes into both games.
Man. So Cambrie, I'm thinking about this family tradition thing, right? So it takes you back for a second because we know several of your family members that do play. Again, obviously we know local voice of chaos, Holly. She was very big in that sport too. And I can see how you're going to play it, right? When you take a moment and look at these influences, it stands out to me. Your style of being very quick to teach and also give a hug, but also we're not taking any guff. You have no problem standing up for a call that you make, or maybe making a decision to let that call go. I've watched you probably 50 games at this point. What's the biggest influence on you, or who, whether it's athletically or as an authoritative figure on the umpire side, who's been your biggest influence in your life, Cambrie?
Definitely my biggest influence has always been my mom. She's always pushed me to be better. Like if she knows if I'm half-assing things, she's telling me, she's like, Cambrie, you got to do better. You got to do better. Come on. So she's always pushed me to be me. And she's always pushed me to like, that is your call. You're just stick with your call. Like it doesn't really matter what anybody else thinks about your life. You live your life and that's your life. She's just always been there when I needed her.
It's definitely a source of strength. I know, Jesse, maybe if you have one, do you have a game that you remember calling that was like, that's a tough game? Maybe the crowd or the parents are like, this one just stood out as being a little rough,
There was, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, there's been plenty of games that I know you've umpired for my daughters, and growing up, they've been in it for 5+ years now, and seeing a call that didn't go well, and seeing a kid that just kind of feels rejected by it, but you were taking the time to go over and tell them this is why, this is what you need to work on. So can't tell you how much from a parent standpoint and a coach's standpoint we appreciate things like that.
Yeah,
so Cambrie,
go ahead.
It was cutting back to you, Cambrie. Go ahead. So
yeah, I just try to like always coach the girls as they go, because sometimes you get the parents and the coaches who aren't truly pushing the girls the way they should be. They're kind of negative sometimes when the girls are still learning. They're still young, they're still learning the game. And if you have someone who's like making that call and you're like, this is why this happened and this happened, so if you do this and do that, then she'll be out, or she'll be, it's just, I really want the girls to get where they want to be. And sometimes that just means like you just have to give them like a little small pep talk, and give them a little credit every now and then.
That goes a long way, would you say, Jesse?
Absolutely.
That next one's actually, it leads right into Jesse's baby question. That next one, that's all you, man. It fits right into it,
It does. So, season's wrapping up here for 2023, at least summer and spring seasons. But what's next for you on the horizon here for 2023, whether it be umpiring or just life in general?
I definitely plan on umpiring a lot more. I do league sometimes. I'll do tournaments sometimes too, and I will continue to umpire and do league and all that. And I guess like my life right now, I'm trying to still figure that out, still on that path of figuring all that out. But I think if I keep going to where I need to go, and I'll get to where I need to be.
I love that. Jesse, let me ask you this. This is a question, maybe Jesse, you can fill in and we'll lead back to you, Cambrie. Do you prefer, as a player, parent, coach, media analyst and all that, Jesse, do you prefer tournaments or league games, Jesse, personally?
Tournaments, hands down.
Yeah.
League is great I look at it as practice. I know some people don't, but I've always looked at it as organized scrimmages. It's an important thing to have. Don't get me wrong. I'm all for having league play, but I prefer tournaments if I had my choice.
I love it. Cambrie, with you, I know it's obviously different types of games. It's sometimes more intense. Would you say you prefer league or honestly league or tournaments better for umping?
It kind of depends. Like some of the tournaments, like state tournament, that one's a little scary one for me to umpire, but I got to go with tournaments. There's just, you see the same girls all the time, and you just connect with all the girls out there, and seeing them every weekend, it's the highlight of my week, honestly, seeing the girls out there playing the game they love.
I love that. And it's also, it's a family, because we think about all the teams we probably go through. So you probably see 60 teams a weekend if you think about it when you're umping, all these people that have looked up to you. And literally when I say everyone knows you and everyone tries to get you, I know we're not supposed to ask, like, let's get Cambrie or can we request her because you're so fair, but you're also so, hey, knock it off. We have a game to play. We're going to teach you. It's a balance of both. It's the carrot and the stick. And we love that, So I can only imagine the family aspect of doing this, even when you have to tell them, hey, That wasn't a good. You're teaching and you're also exhorting at the same time. It's a kind of a powerful thing, you know. So I love it. When you look at Cambrie as far as next, obviously you've taught it on the field in the game situations. You also played it. Have you ever thought about, as far as when Jesse and I were expanding on what's next, do you have any interest in maybe coaching your own team one day?
I've definitely thought about it. I just don't know where to go, get my foot in there. You know, I just don't know what organization, all this stuff. Like I've thought about it. I have 100% thought about being a coach. I did help coach with like some 10s and 12 on blitz and with my sister's team and all that. And I mean, it was fun. Like you're just teaching the girls more and more, and they're soaking it all in, and they're just having the time of their lives out there. And I would love to be a part of that.
I love it. Well, Jesse, I know you have many connections on that side as well. So if you ever want to get into that path, hit this man up. Jesse probably knows everybody who knows someone. I think he actually probably really does know Hulk Hogan. Would you say, Jesse?
Oh yeah, we go way back.
Yeah, you guys are like buds and stuff. So Jesse, you know, we're gonna I love it. So we're gonna transition into Jesse and I's favorite part of the episode. So we're gonna bet. Cambrie, Jesse and I have a little segment that's called Rapid Fire. We do this every episode. And what this is designed to do is just kind of pick a little bit about your personality. It's not really sports related so much, maybe fan stuff. And we bet on what we think you're going to pick. And the winner has to gets lunch provided by the loser. Okay. So,
Okay.
Okay. So Jesse, you got your picks, man. You got 1 through 5 on those?
I got them to you, man.
Okay. Okay. I got them. So on these, they'll be on DraftKings later, Cambrie. So you can look. I'm kidding. So we're going to give you 5 questions and you got to tell us. You can't hold back. You have to pick one or the other. Okay. So. Okay. Here we go. Rapid fire begins. So your long weekend, just got done umping, going on vacation. You're picking a vacation destination. Are we going to go hit up the mountains in Seattle, or are we going to go hit the beach somewhere in California?
Oh, I'm definitely going to the beach.
Okay, dang. What'd you have, Jesse? Dang.
I think I have mountains.
Okay, yeah, I'm 0 for 1 so far. Okay, next one. So you can't answer on behalf of your family because we know your family. Shout out, Holly. You have to answer personally. So you're a football fan. We know that about you a little bit. Game is on the line. You've got 2 minutes left in the Super Bowl. It's a tie game, and you get to pick one of these 2 quarterbacks for your 2-minute drill. Are you taking Mahomes or Brady in your last 2 minutes?
Oh, I'm taking Mahomes all the way. He can pull through no matter what.
Dang.
Jesse, what'd you have?
I had Brady.
I did too.
I just can't root for the Chiefs. That's all it is.
Well, Cambrie, I'm gonna have to question your calls a little bit more. I'm just kidding. No, so totally kidding. So you're at it, sitting around between games umping. You guys are doing a little breather, and you guys are about to settle an argument. You and fellow umps, and you have to settle the argument by doing one of these 2 things. It's either thumb war or it is arm wrestling. Which one are you going with to settle an argument?
I would probably do arm wrestling. I'll break a nail if I do thumb wars.
So you're gonna break a nail. Jesse, what'd you have?
I had arm wrestling.
Okay, so I am glad to say I'm 1 for 3, Cambrie, so far. So next 2. So comedy, watching a comedy, chilling at home, weekend off, nothing to do. It's raining outside. Just got back from the beach or whatever. Are you going to watch a comedy with Jack Black or Will Ferrell?
Will Ferrell.
Woo! Dang. Oh.
Yeah, he's a good one.
What'd you have, Jesse?
I had Will.
Man, you're 2 for 4? What are you?
I'm 2 for 4 right here. Yeah.
Oh man, let me end this right now. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so last one, Cambrie. This is question 5, a little bit sports related. So you're going back to your playing days for a second, okay? And you have to pick between one of these 2 pitchers that are going to hit off of you. You're going to hit against one of these 2 pitchers, okay? And you have to decide: are you going to hit off of, hear me out, Jordy Ball or Catherine Sandercock?
I'm going to have to go with the first.
Okay. Jesse, I had Jordy. Which one did you have?
I had Jordy.
Okay. So we're 3 so we ended up going 3 for 5. So I guess that's a tie. So Jesse will settle it in an arm wrestling match, right?
We'll split the tacos, man.
I love it. So Cambrie, thank you for that. Just a little segment that we call rapid fire, just to kind of pick your personality a little bit more. Just maybe things that's just kind of rando that's not so much sports related that people didn't know about you. So thanks for being a good sport. Jesse, I give this last segment back to you, man. So
yeah, so Cambrie, the last one, we just go with call it an open mic. Chance for you to share your philosophy on umpiring or the game of softball, and any words of wisdom you want to live by to finish things off with.
That's good.
Well,
deep.
It is. Yeah.
No pressure.
I just remember being in those girls' shoes at one point and just always like eager to hit. I have to hit this ball. I have to get this out. That was constantly going through my head. I have to. But at the end of the day, if my words that I tell these girls would be just do you. Like I tell the girls all the time. Like I tell my sister and my other sister, I'm like, just shake and bake. Like, Rick and Bobby, shake and bake. That's what you can do at this point.
Now I see the Will Ferrell. I see the Will Ferrell.
That's the Will Ferrell
I get
right
it.
there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the Talladega Nights is coming out. So you talk about that too, and that's a great philosophy, Cambrie, to live by. The shake and bake thing is real, and it's just kind of let's roll with it. And I would say, Jesse, you could probably attest this too, Cambrie. From watching you as the girl boss, that's kind of how you roll. That's how you roll. I'm going to go out there and we're going to get things done, and we're not taking no names. So I love it.
Yeah, I just really it kind of gets to me when parents, and I'm umpiring, and parents are out there yelling and making a scene, and I'm like, we're here for the girls, It's not like the girls are having fun. That's all that matters. Like if the parents want to get involved, they can go. Like I'll tell them, I'll say, you guys can go outside. Like you guys, this is your warning. You need to quit. Let the girls have fun. Like that's my biggest problem is when parents are kind of distracting those girls from having fun because the parents get worked up, the coach will get worked up, and then the players will get worked up. So then we're all just kind of like in one big. Like we're all just kind of worked up, and it's a lot more of an intense game whenever we're all worked up. If we would just go with the flow and shake and bake, we got it. Like it's going to be a good game.
I want one game. Maybe Jesse, I don't know if you feel this way or not, but I just want to be able to go into one game and call one strike and be like, "You're out of here" to somebody just one time. I think that'd be so cool. It was a strike. No, it's a sense of power. I don't think I can handle it because I'd be throwing everybody out. I'm just kidding, not really. No, but
yeah, I tell you, I've done it before at scrimmages, and it's. I got all the respect in the world for you guys because it is a tough job.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Yeah, what you do, Cambrie, it is not easy, and we respect the heck out of you for it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Like if parents and coaches are having a good time, it's the game goes so much smoother. Everything goes so much smoother. Like. But I've noticed like if there's conflict and the parents are going at it, then that's when everything just starts going downhill right there. So
it is even though you have a good way of calling games and all that, it's still a game. It's still a game at the end of the day. We're here to have fun, right? So
yeah.
I always say, and like I said, and all joking, all of you guys do a great job. Wichita has a great umpire staff. Even if the call doesn't go our way, we love it that you guys are fair. I know there's probably some secret code that you guys have, like some sworn thing you do where it's like, hey, I just would love to be in one of those backroom meetings where you guys are like kind of talking and the stuff. But you guys do a great job, and it's definitely not easy, especially coming just off of playing in that transition, just like that, learning on the fly. We think you're doing a great job. So thank you very much, Cambrie. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's a lot of fun doing it for the girls.
We will happily probably cheering you on at some point this weekend. I know we've got games, so I know you have. Are you off this weekend from umpiring, Cambrie? Or?
I did take this weekend off, yeah, but they might need me in backup, so we'll see.
Well, I appreciate all that you do as always, Cambrie. It's our absolute privilege to get to catch up with you. We'll get this out to the world as soon as we can. Please let it be known this is the first of many. Please make it a habit to come back as seasons progress. And we love the way you break down the game. We think you have a unique perspective on how the game is played, and the invitation is open to come back anytime. Okay, so.
All right. Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate it.
Of course, Cambrie. You're welcome to drop off, and you have a good night and have a good weekend. Okay.
You too.
Have a good weekend.
Thanks, Blue. So Jesse, man, think about this. So breaking down that the girl boss method and the way she kind of broke down the game, man. What do you think? Pretty impressive, huh?
Oh, absolutely. And like I say, I've been a part of many games where she's been at, and she's one of my wife's favorite umpires. I'll tell you that much, if not her favorite umpire completely. And it's inspiring to see her do this type of thing because my oldest daughter, Morley, she's almost 12. She'll be getting her first job here in a few years, and she's already come up and said she wants to do her first job as an umpire.
That's perfect.
Or rec ball or something. So it's like, you got to keep that pipeline moving. And so that's seeing people like this. That's a perfect way to keep it going.
And that's this whole, as I said, we've talked about this when you've helped us with previous interviews. Softball is one of the fastest growing sports in the world. So to know that, which I've said all along, you've got daughters, I've got daughters. We want women to feel that same level of respect that men feel on the field. And I think people like Cambrie, they're doing that. Like, they don't realize what an impact people, when I put the episode, a little disclaimer out, people in Kansas City were hitting me up, people in Texas, they love what she's doing, man, because it's a big thing to be. Yeah. So it's a girl boss. I'm like, hey, finally that respect that you deserve. It should have been a long time ago. Thank goodness we're a part of that movement now. I think, next generation, if we have people like that, they don't always say the sport's in good hands, so.
No, absolutely. Like you said, I mean, it's a good time for our kids to be involved in this, because it's going to take them further than what it did previous generations. So that's excellent.
Man, that was a good one. So Jesse, again, really part of our staff at this point. I know I've had to help us out a lot. So Dane sent his love. He had to cover an event. Jesse, this was a special one. We've got a lot of good stuff coming up down the pipeline, man. This next 7 days, next week, we got Glenn stopping by from ESPN, the Dynamo analyst and all that. Yeah. So many great things in the next 7 days. So please don't miss it, you guys. It's going to be a great, great week. Jesse, thank you again on behalf of you and the family for taking time on your one weekend off, man. We needed it. So let it be known. Thanks again, Cambrie, and the audience out there. Don't forget that we love you, and thank you for listening.